Hey y'all, we're gonna make some vegetable fried rice. I've had to change up my menu a little bit for this week due to having to cook for a funeral, and so I am making a vegetable fried rice. And I had received notification that there was a poultry allergy for this funeral for the family that we're feeding, and so I've used beef broth instead of chicken broth. But I want to talk to you about my rice. So I have rice cooking right now in my little rice cooker. Let's see if I can turn it around here and show you. So my rice cooker is a Perkin. Let me tell you how I did my rice, because I've already got it going. So I use 3 cups of parboiled rice. I feel like parboiled rice makes such a better rice. Let me show you what it looks like. This is just the Great Value brand, but it will say parboiled on it, and it just makes a fluffier rice. It's my favorite. So I did 3 cups of rice, and you want to do the same amount in broth or water, but you wanted to go half that much again. And so I did 5.5 cups of, let's see, yes, 5.5, 4.5, let's see, 3, and then half again, 3, 4.5. I did 4.5 cups, get my math right, y'all. 4.5 cups of broth. I did 1 stick of butter, and I'll put all this in my post as well. I threw in some garlic, and I threw in some of my Everglades, of course, my melting pot seasoning, and some Italian seasoning. And I cooked it in my rice pot, and my rice pot just has a white rice button or brown rice button, whichever kind you're cooking. And I just hit the start. If you don't have a rice pot, y'all, you want to get one. They're not real expensive, and it's super easy to cook your rice. But your Instapots, most of them have a rice setting as well, and that's just as good. It's basically the same thing. So we're making a vegetable fried rice, and my rice is cooking. Hi, Leah. Good morning. How are you, darling? You and all your sweet babies. All right, so I have a little bit of bacon grease was left over in my pan. I'm going to go ahead and empty out my, I have me a little container here. Gabby got me this at a craft fair. It's a little bacon grease keeper. I suppose you could use it for other things too, but that's what I use it for. So I'm just going to throw in some bacon grease for flavor to get this started. I'm going to cut my heat down just a little bit. You could also just start off with some butter or some olive oil. I don't like to use vegetable oil. When I see what it does to when I see what it did to my cast iron when I tried to use that to season my cast iron with, it turned into like a gum under heat. So I'm worried about, like, I know it's not the healthiest oil for you anyway. So let's go ahead and get started. I have several vegetables here that I'm going to stir fry. I've got my heat too hot, so I've got it chilling out for a second. Let's get you where you can watch what I'm doing here. I'm going to be more conscious of that, y'all. So I have celery, I have broccoli, I have some jalapenos, and again, you just use what vegetables that you would like, okay? I have an orange bell pepper. I just got in the fridge and I just started pulling out vegetables that I have. And so, that's good. Nathaniel, I'm glad you're watching. You can help your wife. You can cook a meal. Maybe y'all can rotate out. I've got a red onion. You can also use white onion. You can use green onion. It is such a bright, sunshiny day. I have my ring light on and I still feel like my lighting's terrible. All my lights are on. I don't know. I'm sorry if my lighting's off. Okay, so I also brought in a yellow squash, a little lonely yellow squash that was in the fridge begging me to use it. And then I had a little bit of spinach left over from a recipe, and this is going to be the perfect thing to throw it in. It's just probably like a tablespoon or so, but you know what? It's better than wasting it, right? So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to start chopping up my veggies. And what I'm going to do is just chop, throw in, chop, throw in. And then we're going to get a bigger pot. And we're going to throw the rice in with it. But we're going to do our eggs. We have eggs to put in it as well. So just kind of roll with me, okay? So I'm going to chop my bell pepper first. Some of these vegetables cook a little faster than others, so start off with your vegetables that don't cook quite as fast. That way you don't lose some of the valuable nutrients of your vegetables by cooking them to death. So I'm going to start off. I need a garbage bowl, y'all. Don't forget to get you a garbage bowl. I like to have me a nice little bowl on hand that I can throw my scraps in. It helps me keep my kitchen a little bit cleaner. A little bit. Y'all know I'm messy. I'm a messy cooker. I'm a messy cook. All right, let me reposition this rice pot. I have a little bit of cabbage left over from my cabbage and sausage from last week, and so I brought it out, and we can throw a little bit of cabbage, but you don't want to go overboard on your cabbage with this because it'll it just lays all over everything. You just want a little bit here and there. So my bell pepper, I'm going to chop it into I'll show you. You can chop it however you want to chop it. You can. All right, so my pieces, I like to cut mine up. Well, that one ran away. They're about this big. But you do however you want to do it because, again, I'm just giving you the basics to get started. And then you take off with it and you do you. And y'all, I've lost my little attachment that attaches to my phone for my microphone. So I'm going to try to talk loud enough to overpower these veggies cooking. But the more I get in here, the less noise they'll make. I got to find it. I laid it down somewhere. Do y'all do that? Do y'all lay stuff down and then wonder what you did with it later? Whew, if you don't, you just wait till you turn 50. It all goes downhill from there, y'all. Okay. Any kind of stir-fried rice. Sometimes I'll do this with potatoes even. Don't be afraid to get started. Just get you some butter or some olive oil. Hey, Donna. Thanks for hopping on. Get you some butter or some olive oil. Now, I'm going to end up throwing in some olive oil here in a minute when my rice gets added. But you can use the bacon grease like I did. You can use just about any kind of grease, okay? Hey, Rachel Ellen. I love you, girl. We're making some vegetable fried rice. You know, I have some ham. I could throw some ham in there. We might do that. That's how I do when I'm cooking, y'all. That's what it looks like when it's all chopped up. I'll go ahead and throw that in. My rice is cooking in my rice cooker right now. We add it kind of sort of last. I'm going to finely chop some celery up. Now, if you're a texture person, throw these vegetables into a chopper, a mini chopper, or a food processor and blend them babies up. It'll not be as pretty and you won't, I don't know, it would be weird for me, but if you're texture sensitive, you may want to do that. That was only about 1/4 cup of celery. You don't want to overpower with celery, just enough to give it a little bit more veggie. Now, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my carrot. Let me find my carrot peeler. My potato peeler. Hang on just a second. Let's put it in the dishwasher. And thank goodness I started it. There's nothing worse than needing something that's in your dishwasher and you haven't started it. I'm just going to do a fresh scrape. This has already been peeled, but you know how when they sit in the fridge, they get kind of junk? Probably just a psychological thing for me, but I like it to be fresh and pretty. Now, this is what I'm going to do in here. I'm just going to take my potato peeler, and I'm just going to do little shavings like that in it, okay? It's a real easy way to, you can do this in your salads, too. And it keeps it from taking so long to cook, and it just gives enough color into what you're doing, whatever you're making. And I'm going to probably use the most of this carrot. And some of my pieces are like this, but they're real thin. Don't worry about that. It's okay. Y'all, do you ever get a song on your mind or on your heart? I had a song on my heart this morning, all morning. You are always on time. I don't know what the title of it is. You are always, always, always on time. I was singing it in the shower. I woke up with it on my mind. And I have some things I'm really praying hard about right now. And maybe that's why the Lord put it in my mind, was to remind me of how on time He is. Hey, Tina White and Hannah Patterson, look at y'all. Look at y'all on this Saturday morning. I'm making some food for a funeral that I'm doing food for. But anyway, back to my song that was on my heart. I was also this morning, I was reading I just randomly started going back to Genesis and picking up, you know, when you try to read the Bible through with a plan. I beat myself up when I get off plan. I shouldn't, you know, but I do. But this week I was impressed to just go back to Genesis, and I thought, oh, Lord, same creation story. I don't mean that bad, but, you know, like, I already know, Lord, what all this is. But I don't know, God's been just like opening my eyes to different parts of it that I haven't really thought about before. Like this morning, I was just simply reading about Noah and the instruction that the Lord gave him. I'm going to cut up a red onion while I talk about this with you. I'm going to dice it up too. So far, I've got my celery, my yellow bell pepper. It's kind of orangey yellow, orangish yellow, and a little bit of celery. We're going to throw in some red onion. Y'all, I keep trying to get Aldi's is my store. Y'all know that. And I keep trying to buy sweet white, yellow onions from them, and they're out. They're out all the time. So I'm hoping today I can grab some. But red onion's fine, and it's got color. So back to Noah. Can y'all imagine being in Noah's shoes, and the Lord tells you to build an ark? And can you imagine the criticism he was getting from people while he was doing it? Hey, Sister Preston. We're making some vegetable fried rice, and we're talking about Noah and the ark. Okay. I thought, man, can you imagine the criticism Noah got when he started building that ark? And then whenever the flood started coming, I imagine there was people that wanted to get in there with him. And I thought, my goodness. The Lord, you know, Noah listened in time. He could have just thought, that's a crazy request, God asking me to make an ark so He can destroy the earth. So I'm trying to trust the Lord like Noah did right now with things I'm praying about. It's not always easy, is it? All right, I did a half of a red onion, and I think that's all I'm going to do. If it was just for me, I'd probably do the whole stinking onion. So I've got a half of a red onion. I've got yellowish orange bell pepper. I've got, let me get my drinks over here by me, y'all. I have a problem. It's called a loaded tea problem. Okay. I've got my rice cooking. It's just about done. I'm sauteing red onion, about a half of a carrot that I shaved down with my potato peeler, a yellow orange bell pepper, and about a 1/4 cup of celery. I'm not measuring, but I'm just telling you guesstimations based off of what it looks like. All right, I have some squash. Again, I just went to the fridge and I'm like, what can I throw into this fried rice? That's how I cook. I don't use recipes. It drives my sister out of her head. Whoop, we missed a piece of bell pepper. We'll cut that up too. I don't use recipes. I just kind of cook from my heart. There's our rice. It's ready. she has a recipe for everything. I would love to do a cookbook, but my goodness. Yeah, Tina, come on, come taste. Hi, Darlene. I just cook from my heart. I'm like, okay, what sounds good? Now, I can't do that so much with baking. I have to pretty much follow a recipe with it. I can fudge a little bit, but I'm scared when it comes to baking. It's kind of like chemistry, you know, is what your baking is all about. And when I'm in chemistry class, I don't play around with them chemicals with them kids. I got to do it right. That'd be terrible if I had a lab explosion, y'all. I'd have to leave town. That big old fancy building we have a school in, we're so blessed to have. We have it in our church, and our church is beautiful. If you don't know what I'm talking about, our church is so pretty. And I do things that are super safe in my chemistry lab because I'm thinking, Lord have mercy. Wouldn't it just be like me? That's a nightmare. Sister Carpenter tells me she can't stop and think about it too long about me doing chemical reactions in my classroom. But I just do things that are super safe. But that's how I feel with baking. I'm scared to venture. All right, so we cut up 1 yellow squash, and we're doing it in bacon grease. How you like that? Bacon grease. Y'all, if I ever go a whole cooking video without saying a word wrong, y'all better check on me because something is wrong. Okay, I'm even going to cut up some tomatoes. Let me tell you about what happens with tomatoes and cast iron, if you don't already know. They don't jive. Your tomatoes will eat your seasoning out of your cast iron pan. I'll have to be sure and season this pan later because when these tomatoes are cooking, their juices are not going to be this cast iron skillet's friend. You won't notice it like right away, but it will have taken some of your seasoning off. Like if you do spaghetti sauce in your cast iron pan, you want to season it after. And I have a nice video on my YouTube channel, how to season and take care of your cast iron. Super easy. Your cast iron has to be like your kids. You got to take care of them. You got to take care of them or they get out of hand, don't they? My kids did. Let's talk about my YouTube channel. If y'all don't mind, would you share this video? I have my YouTube link on it. Because y'all know that I do a drawing every 100 subscribers that I get. And guess what? I am 6 away from the next 100 level. 6! So if y'all will share this and I get 6 more, we are going to give... I've got another giveaway. And y'all, I give away nice stuff. I give away seasonings that you can't just go and buy at the store. Now, my Everglades seasoning that I give away, Publix has started carrying it. All right, we're just going to kind of, look at how pretty that's looking, y'all. Oh my goodness. Let me get you over here closer. Get all these groceries out of the way. We still have some jalapeno to throw in there. If you don't want jalapeno, if you don't want any of this, you don't have to use it all, okay? Just keep that in mind. Y'all, look at that, how pretty. Don't look at my kitchen table. There's stuff on it. I do not have the perfect showcase house. Y'all keep that in mind. This broccoli does not look good, but I have another one. Let me grab it. So last week, being at marriage retreat for 3 days, some of my groceries that would normally have been used in 3 days' time didn't get used. But thankfully, I have some nice fresh broccoli here, y'all. Now I have this one little chunk right here. We're gonna see, that may be all we use. Let me wash it. Okay. I love me some broccoli. Do y'all like broccoli? And I'm just going to take my knife and I'm just going to I'm cutting right at the top. But you cut it how you want to. But I'm just going to kind of cut it like this. just in pieces, because once you start getting into the stem part of it, it just kind of starts doing its own separating. But there's no right or wrong. I'm just showing you how I do it. I'm not the #1 chef. I'm just an old lady cooking. That's about probably, what do you think, a cup of broccoli? We're going to throw that in there. I feel like it needs a little bit more. Let's do one more stem. We'll do one more stem. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my pan over here ready to cook my egg. You don't want to throw your egg into your skillet of vegetables and rice. Your egg you won't get that effect that you get like when you go to the Chinese restaurant and get fried rice. Y'all, that's looking so pretty. So pretty. Okay, I'm gonna throw in a little bit of let's get a little bit of olive oil going. Let's do a little bit of butter for the eggs. I laid out some butter, did I? Well, I don't see my butter. We'll just use some out of butter dish. I had a whole box of it. Who knows? We're going to throw it over here in this skillet. Actually, I'm going to save this skillet. That little bit of butter in that skillet won't hurt. We're going to use a smaller pan. We'll put it right here where you can see it too. I'm going to put me a spoonful of butter in there. Get off there. And I'm going to, let me get it over here where you can see it. Where you can see the eggs cooking too. So we'll cook up a little bit of scrambled egg in that pan. I'll throw all these little pieces of broccoli. Now I'm going to cut me up. Let's see here. We've done our celery. We're going to work on a little bit of jalapeno. I like a little bit of heat. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I'm only going to use, you know what, I better not, because this is for that funeral and someone may not like that. Let's scratch the jalapeno. Just know you can use it if you want to. For this funeral, I think I better not. Okay, now that's my garbage bowl. This is the last of my spinach, so it's not much. But you know what? When you go to make something like this where you have multiple vegetables, look in your fridge and see what needs to be used. And throw it in there so that it's not wasted. There's nothing that hurts my heart worse, like a minute ago, having to throw that broccoli away. That hurt my heart a little bit. Because groceries aren't cheap, are they? Now you're probably saying, Tawana, where's your seasonings? They're fixing to come in. Now, I did season my rice. I have to keep that in mind, okay? I'm going to cut up a little bit of, let's turn that butter down just a little bit. I'm going to cut up about this much cabbage. I'm going to cut it up real small because I don't want big chunks of celery in my rice. Big chunks of cabbage in my rice. I don't want big chunks of celery either. Okay, so I'm just making little fine choppings. Little fine choppings of my cabbage. Make sure y'all can see. I'm always worried about it. Oh, y'all, that's too much. That's a lot. Look at that. That's too much. I'm going to do about half of that. Just enough. And I'll just save that cabbage and I'll use that in something else. Might throw it in a soup. Who knows? All right, we're making a vegetable fried rice, y'all. All right, now it's time to throw in some seasonings. Now, if y'all are not one of my frequent flyers here, if y'all don't pop on here on a frequent basis, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. So let me introduce you to some of my favorites. If you don't have the melting pot season, for the love of all good foods, go get you some. You can order it on Amazon, or you can go to the Melting Pot restaurant. Walk in, they don't advertise it. You just have to say, hey, do you sell your seasonings? And they're going to say yes. And they're $3 cheaper than Amazon. Okay, and then you don't have to pay the shipping if there's a shipping charge, you know, with Amazon. The next one is Everglades. Publix has it now, and I've heard that Food City does too. But I know that somebody went into one of them and didn't find it. So you'll have to just look or order it online. Paula says she got hers. Good. Hey, Mindy. I also like the Everglades rub. I like to use the rub on like my chicken, my shrimp. Now, it doesn't take it's not like, oh, this is better than Tony's, because I love me some Tony's too. It just gives a different flair. Every now and then you want a different flavor, because do you get stuck on stuff? I do. I get stuck on things. So we're going to add some of the Everglades seasoning. Y'all look how pretty this is. This is the prettiest dish in town right now, I do believe. Jesus made us some pretty colored vegetables, didn't he? And I'm going to throw in some melting pot. And this also gives, you know, it's the garlic and wine. So you've got the garlic flavor in there too. But I am going to throw in some garlic paste as well. I'm just trying to use up this tube of garlic paste. About a teaspoon. That's probably more like a tablespoon of garlic paste. You can use your garlic. You can use fresh garlic too. Okay. All right, my butter is melted for my eggs. So y'all, I'm just going to scramble a couple of eggs. I don't think y'all need a tutorial on that. Who knows though? There might be some young cook out there that needs it. Let me scrape off my cutting board. Okay. Now, how I scramble my eggs, I don't put them in a bowl and mix them up unless I'm doing it for some type of specific recipe or something. I'm just going to throw me in about these eggs. The bottoms of them, some of them are busted. What is up with that? Probably the buyer of the eggs. I probably dropped the bag or something. Okay, I think I'm going to do 3 eggs. Because y'all, this is a full pan of vegetables, and then I'm going to have to switch pans because I have a full pot of rice too. Okay, so we're going to scramble these eggs up. I'm just going to use a spoon. I'm just scrambling up in this butter. And I'm going to let it just kind of sit there for a minute because I've got it on low. And I'm going to let it just kind of cook slow because I don't want my eggs to I want them to be just right. Okay. Now, I'll get back in here with me where I can talk to you. Okay, I have all my vegetables. This is all the vegetables that I'm going to use. And I cooked these in bacon grease, and I thought I'd have to add some extra oil, but I'll have to do it when I add the rice. Or when I add this to the rice. Okay. We're going to just put that burner on low, and we're going to scoop this pot over. And we're going to come in with a bigger pot. My beautiful Magnolite baby. These are my favorites. These are my cast iron, my favorite to use. Okay, now I'm going to use some infused olive oil. Mine's the Tuscan Herb. I think my kids, yes, Hot Springs, Arkansas. That's where it's from, that store in downtown Hot Springs, Arkansas. That's my hometown. I'm going to go in with about 3 tablespoons. Actually, we're going to finish that bottle off. All right, Hot Springs, y'all need to send me some olive oil. I'm just kidding. Y'all don't send me nothing. That'd be expensive to send, wouldn't it? Okay, so I'm going to let that heat up a little bit. I'm going to show you what my rice looks like. Now, if y'all didn't come on at the onset of my video, let me tell you how I made my rice. Look at that. So I did 3 cups of parboiled rice. Parboiled. Parboiled is what you want to use for this, in my opinion. Parboiled rice. Donna, I don't measure. It's ridiculous. I should. I did 4.5 cups of water. Not water, y'all. Get my act together. Beef broth. You can use vegetable broth. You can use chicken broth. Today, I can't use chicken broth because I'm making this for a family that I'm cooking for that they're having a funeral today. And I don't, somebody has a poultry allergy. I threw in some of my Everglades, some of my melting pot seasoning, and I just dumped a bunch of Italian seasoning and a whole stick of butter. Whew, y'all. Gotta be good, don't it? We're just gonna gently stir these eggs. They're cooking nicely. Okay, my pan's heating up. I threw in some of that garlic paste. And I would have cut up some onion if I'd had some of that sweet onion that all these is out of. They're breaking my heart because they're out of my sweet onion. And I just don't have the time to fight Walmart's parking lot. That's the worst thing. And then you got to walk 25 miles to get everything you need in Walmart. I love all these because it's just a jump in and jump out. Okay, we're about ready to go in. Is this get, well, that grease needs to get just a little more hot. Okay, I'm going to use vegetable broth. I think I said beef a minute ago, but I used beef in the rice. I think I showed you the vegetable. That was the last of my beef broth. So now with my vegetable fried rice, I'm going to throw in a little bit of vegetable broth as well, just to give it a little bit of moisture. But I'm going to also throw in, a minute ago, I mentioned to you ham. I think we'll throw in a little bit of ham too. Aldi's has a good ham. It's an uncured ham. We're going to take about 2 slices here, and we're going to chop it up. We're going to dice it up. Somebody needs to come be my kitchen helper. Do I have any volunteers? Yes, I eat it by itself too, Faye. She said that it sounds so good that she could eat it by itself. Yes, and I'm going to throw in some ham, so really it's a meal. You got your eggs, you got your ham, and so, yeah, it's a meal. My eggs are cooking nicely, y'all. I'm just kind of letting them sit there and cook on low. Leave them alone. Don't work them to death. So we've got about probably, I would say, maybe almost a cup of ham. And my eggs, let me get you over here where you can see what these eggs are looking like. They're looking like scrambled eggs, aren't they? Being a smart aleck, kind of, oh Lord, we got to get some of this out of the way. Got more on this cabinet than this cabinet knows what to do with. So there's my eggs. They're scrambling up. I'm just going to kind of scrape the bottom of the pan to keep them from, I don't like to get brown eggs. I don't like my eggs to be overdone. My veggies are looking nice over here. And my oils, it feels nice and hot. I put about, I'm going to say 3 tablespoons of infused olive oil into my pan. And now I'm going to put my ham in here. And I'm going to let it cook up just a little bit. And while that's cooking, I'm getting out my amino acids. This is better for you than soy sauce, and I think it's good. I think it's better tasting, but it's better for you. It's the vegetable protein from the soybeans. It doesn't have some of the harmful effects that soy sauce has. It's non-GMO, no artificial colors or flavors, gluten-free, the whole 9 yards, but it's a really nice soy sauce substitute. Amino acids. Get you some. It's about $5 a bottle, but it lasts you forever. All right, let's stir this ham. Y'all see that? I'm stirring this ham up in here. My eggs are cooking nicely. We want them to be scrambled good. I'm just knocking the raw off of the ham. You can eat it raw, of course. Or is it raw? Maybe not raw. It's cooked, but it's not like pan cooked, maybe. Do they pre-cook ham? Y'all, I don't know. I just buy this stuff. What does it say here? Huh. I don't know. I don't know if ham is like already cooked. Some of it I know is. I can't hardly believe that's what it looks like straight out of the pig. There has to be some kind of processing. Okay, my ham is cooked good enough. Now I'm gonna go in with my rice. I may not use it all. This was 3 cups of uncooked rice. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna leave out of it probably 1 cup's worth. This is 2 cups worth approximately cooked. You can't take it out, so I'd rather like put, you know, quite a bit in and then see how I feel about it. Let me get you over here closer. Now, y'all, this is not Yoko rice, if y'all know what that is. Cured. Thank you, Eva. She said, yes, it's cooked. It's cured. I knew that. I wasn't thinking right, was I? Because you see when it says cured ham. Eva Tiller, I need you to come be on my show with me. I need you to come keep me straight. Y'all, she's a fantastic cook. She makes some mean jambalaya. Y'all don't mind, go share my video because y'all, it's got my YouTube channel link on it. And if I get 6 more, I have a drawing. What do y'all want me to give away? Y'all tell me. Yeah, Michelle, this is not Yoko rice. I don't have her recipe. I wished I did. Okay, my eggs are cooking nicely. They're just about done. I'm going to turn my heat down because I'm just giving my rice just a little bit of a fry. Just a little bit of a cooking in that infused olive oil. Y'all, this is going to be so pretty. We're fixing to combine everything. What do y'all want me to give away? Yes, Eva, it would be so fun. Girl, you just need to come over here. Let's make an appointment. And you come, or I come to your house, and let's do one together. You want to do that? I would love to do that with you. I need some Eva Tiller time anyway. Okay, my eggs are looking good. Y'all look at them eggs. They're looking mighty fine. Y'all tell me what you want me to give away. You want me to give away a melting pot, garlic and wine, an Everglades seasoning, some kind of kitchen tool. I love to give away Pioneer Woman spatulas. I even have some real pretty holiday spatulas. I know it's not the holidays, but you'd have it for the holidays. I have some real pretty boutique brand holiday dish towels that are so pretty. You'd have to save them for Christmas, but hey. Okay, Eva, I'm going to get with you. Give away food, Donna says. Oh, Paula says Everglades. I can do that. Since she's the first one to answer me, I'll just give away an Everglades again. Everglades needs to give me some kind of kickback. Y'all need to write that company and tell them. Okay, Eva says try the coconut aminos. I have them. I used it. She said it's more of a teriyaki flavor. That would be good too. Yes. I tried it in my egg roll in a bowl. It was terrible for that. But it would probably be good in this. I'm just scared to try it. I need to sample it on myself first. But I do have the coconut aminos. I've used them and stuff. I don't know why it made my egg roll in a bowl taste funny. Hi, Daphne. We're making vegetable fried rice, but it's not just vegetables because I had a wild hair idea to put some ham in here, so I chopped up some cured ham. And so I made rice in my rice cooker. Y'all see that? I cut up some ham in it. Look at these vegetables, y'all. Look at how beautiful they are. It's everything in the refrigerator. It's squash, broccoli, celery, bell pepper, spinach, cabbage, red onion. What am I forgetting? That's probably it. That's probably all, but that's enough, isn't it? Okay, we're going in. We're going to do the eggs last, okay? We're going to do the eggs last. You used it with chicken, pepper, and onions. Okay, I'm going to try that. Yes, Eva says the coconut aminos have a sweet flavor. That's probably what it was, and that took my egg roll in a bowl another direction. Okay, we're going to take these vegetables now, y'all. This pan is hot. And I don't want all the juices yet. I may want them later. So what we're going to do is get a spoon with holes in it. I've got a nice big spatula with holes. And we're just going to start scooping up this vegetable medley. And we're going to throw it in here in this rice. Again, you don't want to start off using all of that juice because you don't want your rice to get soggy, and your rice is already cooked, and if it starts absorbing too much more juices, it's going to get soggy. Now, I would be using chicken broth with this any other day of the week, but today I cooked my rice and beef broth, and if I need any more broth, I'm going to use vegetable broth because I used all my beef broth. Does that make sense? Am I talking loud enough for y'all to see? Hey, Gina Penton. I'm trying to finish up what I'm bringing to the church. I'm making a vegetable fried rice. But it's got some ham in it too. Instead of Yoko rice, this is Tootie rice. Michelle, come on, girl. 1616 Linwood Drive, Greenback. I ain't too far from you. That's terrible grammar for a teacher, isn't it? I'm not too far from you. Okay. Oh, there was a little bit. Did I say spinach? A little bit of spinach. Are y'all seeing this? Oh, Lord, have mercy. I'm not at breakfast this morning. This is going to be my breakfast. Actually, before I put the eggs in, I'm going to put in my amino acids now. Just do you some crazy little jostlings of it. I don't really know how much I put in there. I would say maybe a couple tablespoons. You'll smell it. You can always add more. Let's taste before we put in the eggs to see if we need salt and pepper. I think it's got enough seasoning, but y'all. No, it don't need nothing. Your ham gives that salt. I had cooked the vegetables in Everglades and Italian season. No, not Italian seasoning. Garlic and wine melting pot seasoning. Now, I'm going to dump my eggs in there. That was 3 eggs I cooked. I cooked them slow because I didn't want them to get done too fast, be overdone. You know what I mean. Okay. All right, so I've got my vegetable and ham fried rice, I need to call it. Look at that, y'all. Woo, goodness gracious. All right, there it is. There it is. And that's it. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. Yes, I like a lot of eggs too, Eva, and I would have put probably a little more as well. Yeah, but I'm trying to think outside the box, out of my box for this funeral. So anyway, I love y'all. Thank you for joining. If you just popped on, go back and watch a replay. Please share my video because I'm only 6 away from giving out something else, another prize giveaway. Because I'm almost to another level of 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm so excited, y'all. I don't know what I've gotten myself into, but I am enjoying it. It's like therapy. I love it. I love y'all. Thank y'all for humoring me, for popping on here. And until next time,